Good morning. Good morning. We are still in our series of letting go. What leaving behind? What are we leaving behind in 2025? And today we're going to do work on leaving behind low self-esteem in 2025. Let's dive in and see where that takes us and what that means for each of us individually. So remember that they really like us to have this engagement between the two of us. So, and how they taught us yesterday about how what makes this the most magical and beneficial for us both is the closed circuit, meaning me, you, and the light in between, which I love that imagery so much. It just like, and the light in between is like my guides, your guides, or in my spirit team, your spirit team, my light, your light, and it's this closed circuit and it's beautiful. And so just really take this time to settle in and be present in this moment. Grab your notebook and pen because this is a reading and writing exercise. I should put that in all the things, but I just thought of it today, even though it's day 7. That I should do that. Sorry. It's a reading and writing exercise. Reading meaning we read the cards and together, but we'll start with our breathing exercise that we normally do. We'll do our 9 breaths, and I want us to do this nine steady breaths, but in through the nose, out through the mouth, with that audible exhale, that release and letting go. That being said, too, they want us to, whenever we're doing this breathing, they want us with each inhale, like they want us to picture, eyes closed, and picture in your mind's eye, however that looks like for you. And I know a lot of you, including myself, have a hard time, but it's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible because nothing's impossible. We're working towards all the things that we want, right? I have a hard time picturing like the colors and all the things, but we are going to today. We're going to picture it however that is for us, whether we know it, feel it, just like think it, whatever it is looks like for us. If you can picture it, picture it. But so we're going to picture us inside of our energetic field, right? We're going to see our aura around us. We're going to see like the layers of colors. It's like this rainbow going out, like we're in the middle of the center of this big giant egg of rainbow colors. And so as we breathe in nice and slow, we're going to feel that contract a little bit. And then as we exhale, we'll feel it and see it and sense it expand. And then each time we do that, it's going to expand a little bit further and a little bit further each time, just a little bit further out. Okay. So, and then they're saying like that'll help us with our connection with each other. So closing your eyes, and you could put your hand on your heart space, on your wherever, or just hands up in your lap in that receiving position, or whatever it feels good for you, then do that. Okay, so breathing in nice and slow through the nose, pulling up that beautiful Mother Earth energy. Gives me chills. Next, also, we're going to be breathing down Father Son energy. These next 3, just breathing, pulling that down, pulling down clarity and cleansing. So breathing in, keeping that rhythm. I hope I didn't break up your rhythm. Feel the expansion. And the little slight contraction with each exhale, which allows for further expansion with each inhale. feel putting your attention on your heart space, pulling both that divine feminine, divine masculine of Mother Earth and Father Sun into our heart space, creating that beautiful balance that we need, and then sending that out with the expansion. Breathing in. Contraction. Expansion. Contraction. Expansion. Amen. Calling in our angels and our guides, calling in Jesus, Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the Kaliak 2, calling in our archangels, Michael, Metatron, Uriel, Azrael, Gabriel, Raphael, to please be here with us, holding guard, keeping this space a sacred space, a safe space, cleansing, cleared of all energy that does not belong here, amplifying all energy, healing, intuitive energy that does for our highest good. Anasiano tu, Anasiano tu, Anasiano tu. And now pulling in, like calling in our answers of love and light and our Ascended Masters, Ascension Council, Galactic Council, all of those the highest, the high of love and light, and only those are the highest, the high of love and light, to be here with us, to help us to be clear channels, receiving and giving the exact messages in which we are meant to for our highest good. Anasiano tu, iano koyana siano tu, iano suiano tu, iano suiano tu, iano suiano tu, iano suiano tu, iano tu, iano oyana. They're just saying, like, just being here together, it's everything. It's everything. They love communion time. They love, like, this time set aside just for them. Witness. I am fully seen. I am fully seen. I love this card because, like, I mean, they are like, look at me. Eye to eye. Eye to eye. Okay. Two of Winter Swords. Anasiano tu. Anasiano tu. Eight of Winter Cups. Oh, I like this one so much. That, like, I don't know, there's something about the card that just feels like fulfillment, doesn't it? Like, I'm good. I'm good. Anasiano tu. Anasiano tu. Then we have Six of Winter Swords. Oh, we had this one the other day. I'm not sure which day. All right, so now we're going to do this one. Okay, I think we're done with these. So I think I put these back too. All right, so now we're going to do, this is the original Rider-Waite. That deck I just, so the first card was from, I always like to try and tell you guys just in case you're interested. The first card was from the Mary Magdalene Oracle from Megan Watterson. The second ones, the second set of three there, were from the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot. I can't remember the creator's name. I think there are two ladies. They're the ones that do the Seasons of the Witch Oracles. And this is, I think, their first tarot deck. Oh, we have Judgment again. You know, I guess that's one way to get into good self-esteem, is get used to looking at yourself naked and showing up in front of everybody. Here I am. Let's go to the potluck butt naked, and it is what it is. Wouldn't that be something? It's like, where would you look? I mean, everybody would just be staring at the mashed potatoes all night long because they'd be like, either that or they're like, dang, George, who knew? Sorry. Page of Pentacles. What a gift. What a gift you are. What a gift you are. King of... Oh, the screen keeps going black, so I really hope that... oh, you know what? It's because I have it plugged in, I bet. Let me unplug it because this should be charged enough now. But it's... And so hopefully I didn't mess up anything. I hope... Because whenever I opened my eyes before, the screen was black. So I was like, I hope it's still running. So hopefully it's okay. But anyway, King of Pentacles. We're just going to trust. We're just going to trust. We're going to, like, surrender into it, right? We're practicing surrender. Anasiano 2, Anasiano 2. Then now we are on the Moon Witch Crescent Moon. Keep moving forward. You've got this. Again, like, look at how she's fully bared, right? And she's like, her body, even though her head is kind of like to the side, her body is face forward. Like, it's all there. It's like, here I am. Take it or leave it. I don't care. So she's not like looking straight at you, almost more like in like a carefree kind of way. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like we're supposed to do one more here. My notebook's getting in the way. Put you here. And then Hecate, change is important. Release the past. Okay. So I think we might be done with them. So we're not doing the 333 like we did before. Anasiano 2, Anasiano 2. Then now we have Barayogini, the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Doesn't that look like freedom? That freedom movement, and like, it's just sense of, in her movements, it just feels like freedom and power. Power in that freedom. Saraswati. The goddess of self-knowledge, the essence of who I am, flows effortlessly into everything I create. Amen. Amen. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle deck by the same creator of the Mary Magdalene one, Megan Watterson. Her decks are like, remind me, but in a totally different way. So I know that's weird, but so Rebecca Campbell's decks, sneaky deep lady. She's a sneaky deep lady. You would look at her and she's beautiful, blonde, and just, you would think all like, oh, love and light kind of thing. No, she's sneaky deep. And then this one, and love and light, but you know what I mean. And now Megan Watterson, she's like deep, like on a different level, like on like different plane. Like, it's interesting. Okay, so you'll see if you get them. I just love them so much. Anasiano tuyano su. Anasi, and I love that I get to share them with you guys. 5 of Pentacles. We'll see where that takes us. You know, it's funny, so many people are afraid of like the Death card and the Devil card, and those don't even faze me. This one, this is the one that kind of irks me. Whenever that one comes out, it feels like despair. But I always know that the message that they have coming is one we need to hear. So I never like, oh, I love this one. See, this one makes up for it. This one is like, oh, I just love this one so much. Okay, that's it. All right. But they normally show us how to get out of that despair, right? All right, let's see what message they have for us today. Hold on to a couple crystals here. Anasiano tu, Anasiano tu, Anasiano tu, Anasiano tu, Anasiano tu. So they're just kind of diving in, like it's just like, and I'm kind of waiting for it to go deeper, but I feel like they're waiting for me to just like to start translating. So they're talking about already like I see you. I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you in this way in which can't be unseen. Anasiano tuyano oina. And they're like, don't fear that how that sounds. Anasiano tu. Anasiano tu. It is the light within you that we see. It is the light within you that is like shapes your personality. It's your light. It's your light. It's your light. And this isn't something that can be controlled by others. This is something that cannot be manipulated by others. Your light is your own. Your light is your own, and you own the rights to your light. Anasiano tuyano oyana kiano oyana siano tuyano oyana. So it is us that it's me and you that control like how much, how bright, how dim, how hidden, walls up, our light is, right? So anasiano tu, anasiano tu. And they're kind of showing the emperor here, like from our tarot studies, like how like we have like sovereignty of our soul and our light. And again, of how bright, how dim, how seen, how hidden. Anasiano tu, anasiano tu. And that's to the rest of the world, is to the rest of the human race, right? Is to the oh Lord, my little stone just crumbled a little bit. I was really squeezing it good, I guess. So that is like to the human and society, like and that in which we portray. Now I'm off. Okay. Oyana siano tuiano kuyano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana siano tuiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana. So it's to our human conditioning, our societal conditioning, our parental conditioning, all the different conditionings in which we have decided how we want to and how much we want to portray our light, our essence to the world around us. We decide, we control. So we decide how much of that dimming and whatnot and brightness there is. Anasiana tiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana siano tuiano oyana kiano oyana. And I'm asking them, like, so what does that have to do with self-esteem? And they're like, because this is your essence, this is like who you are. So iana siano tuiano oiana kiano oyana siano tuiano oina. And we're not truly tapping into that. We're not truly owning that. We're not truly feeling that. Like we're not truly like anasiano tu, anasiano tu. So if we can't even see ourselves the way like they see us, in this way in which cannot be unseen. And they're saying that is like, they're looking at that would be like thinking about it in this way, not in a way of like a horrific way, like a horror film, like, oh girl, look at that hair. They're saying no, it is not like that at all. Thank you for the demonstration. But they're saying that it's more as if you saw something so grandiose, like it's almost as if you've seen or heard how people describe seeing God, or where it's just so like you can't, and it's like so bright and so like, oh, you can't, it's so you can't, almost can't look, and you can't unsee, if that makes sense. It's so like, oh, and they're saying that is you, that is your essence. You are so magnificent and bright and bold and beautiful and amazing and what's that word? Evolution is it's not luminescent. Luminescent. And so luminescent that it's just awe-inspiring. It cannot be unseen. It's like if you were to travel to, like, maybe if you are from, like, you live in a tiny little hut in a tiny little village in the middle of the in the middle of the in the middle of the jungle, and there's nobody else around. You don't see, like, so a tiny little thing in the middle, so nothing, and then all of a sudden you go to the Taj Mahal, and it's like this grand thing, and you're surrounded by all these people and all these places. That is an experience that cannot be unseen. You will then be flown home, plopped right back into your hut, and you'll never be able to get that image and the feeling of what it was like to be in front of the Taj Mahal, surrounded by all of this, all the cars, zoom, 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 all the people everywhere, all the noise, so much noise, just so much, with your nervous system and your whole, like, everything to see, everything to hear, everything to feel, the smells, the sensory overload of it all. You are the Taj Mahal. You are the Taj Mahal. You are the Taj Mahal. So the self-esteem, anakianosu, is such a human thing. Anakianosu, anakianosu, anasianosu, anakiano oyana, tiana oyana. They're like, why? They're like so flabbergasted. Like, why we would put all of so much energy into, like, our noses or our eyes or the size of our ears or the color of our hair, the texture of our hair, the thickness of our hair, the thickness of our waist, the thickness of our thighs, the length of our nails, everything. Why would we put so much effort and thought and anxiety and worry and distress over these tiny, making our lashes, how long our lashes are, everything? Why would we do that when that is just like this shell, like an eggshell, like that? Whenever that, what it is like, so whenever somebody gives you an egg and says, here, eat the egg, are you going, man, I don't know, boy, that shell, that's just, that shell, or you just can't wait to get on the inside? And that goodness is all on the inside, right? For me, I think of, like, the little baby bird in there, so of course there's goodness in there. For you, you might actually think of, you're going to eat up that. Either way, there's goodness on the inside, right? The goodness is on the inside. The goodness is on the inside, and you can't judge it by what's on the outside, because it's not meaningless, but it's meaningless. Oh, damn, that's good, guys. That's real good. Whew. I need to take a drink. That makes me want to cry. All of that just hit home, right? So they're almost like, who are you to say if you're beautiful or not? They're like, you can look in the mirror all day long and you don't see what I see. The magnificent, the mightiness, the grandeur of what I see. You can look in there all day long going, look, there's a new line, look, squint marks, gray hair, oh yeah, aging there, aging here, aging there, and you're never going to see what I see. you're never going to see what I see. If you keep looking at exterior qualities. And they're saying that like, Oya nakianosu. I'm trying really hard to keep it together here because this is so prevalent in their world. Their, like, I don't know how like to explain what they're saying. Like, this is so like, it's almost like an issue for them that isn't such an issue for us. Like, it's like they're just so like baffled by how we view each other. And they're saying, and that's where it all starts too. Like, it all starts, our self-esteem is also based on how we view others. Our self-esteem is based also on how we view others. Our self-judgment is also how we judge others. That is a closed circuit. How I see you, you see me. How I see me, I see you. So if I'm picking you apart, I'm also picking me apart. If you're picking me apart, you're also picking you apart. The judgment never ends. The criticism never ends of self, of others, unless we take the time and the effort, because they're like, they know this is not going to be easy, to reprogram ourselves. We have to reprogram ourselves to get away from just judging the shell. We've got to stop it. Let's see past it. Let's start looking at it almost like a veil that's hiding what's inside. This isn't what counts, what matters. It's what's inside. Anasianotu, 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 ayanasianotu. So whether they're saying, like, whether or not we are like 22-year-old blonde bombshells, or 70-year-old, sweet 70-year-old salt and pepper hair. I love that salt and pepper hair, right? My hair doesn't do that. Again, sorry, self-judgment. I'm really trying hard not to cry with this one, because their emotion on this is so, they keep using the word prevalent, and I don't know if that meaning fits. I'll have to look it up. But it's so like big when it comes to this. Their emotion is so big when it comes to this. It's so like, it's like frustrated feeling, because they just want to shake us. They want to shake us. They want to shake us, because like they're showing like this is like, this is us and this is them, and it's like what they see is not what we see, even if there was like a mirror in between. It's totally, they're like, you just can't fathom what we see. The you know what I'm just trying to say, is so intricate even. They're like saying, like, even the light patterns, I've never heard this before, but there's like, even the light patterns are so intricate, like snowflake intricate, like how each snowflake is different, or each of our light patterns are different, and ever like shifting and forming and reforming and shifting and forming and reforming, very intricate. I've never heard that before, so take it or leave it. Anasianotu, but they're like, that is like what is so amazingly beautiful. It's just absolutely insanely beautiful. These like ever shifting snowflake, like intricate patterns of light, and just it's amazement. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So we have to get past, like, we have to reprogram our brain. So how are we? Anakianotu, anakianotu, Anasiano to. So I'm asking them how to do that. And they're talking about like shifting focus, like shifting focus, shifting focus, shifting focus, shifting focus, shifting focus on like the meat of the matter. So say you're a meat eater, you're going to eat this egg. So we're the focus when, so again, just like that, we're doing the egg analogy. So somebody gives you an egg, your focus is not on the shell. So it doesn't even phase you. It doesn't even phase you. You're like egg, crack, open, meat. To get to the meat of the matter, you have to get to the meat of the matter. That is where the substance is. That is where the substance is. That is where the substance is. It's not in how beautifully shaped your nose is. And who says that? Who made the rules for that? Who gave the guidelines? If it's a certain angle and a certain size and a certain width and a certain uptick, then it's just so. Everything else is just, or whoa. Who gave the guidelines? And if they were to like shift timelines on us and totally redo the guidelines, would we be like looking like, would we totally shift like what we find beautiful? With the bald heads and the big noses and the big bellies and the big butts, all of a sudden to be like, ooh la la, that's my cup of ice cream. Because maybe because Anasiano too. Because maybe again, this is all like part of the experiment. Are we following the guidelines and are allowing ourselves to be manipulated in that way? Are we following some invisible guidelines they threw out there? Not for their like amusement, but for like maybe we came up with maybe we were part of this. Maybe we were part of this, of coming up with the guidelines, knowing what we were coming into in this lifetime. In this lifetime, these are the guidelines. This is what we consider beautiful. And you're like, oh really? Not the big bellies and bald heads? I thought that was beautiful. That was beautiful last time. Oh yeah, that's why we're changing it up this time. We don't know. We don't know. Just like how like Anasiano too, even in each generation, the idea of beautiful kind of shifts and changes, and it feels like a little like pulled and like manipulated like clay. Think of the old like Victorian paintings where the women were much more voluptuous. And even think about like in different countries and what they find beautiful. This clay that is manipulated in just certain ways of like, here, look at this. This is what you are to find beautiful. Don't be pretentious. Just find this beautiful. And then, so are we being played? Are we being played? And are we just following along? And then also, who does it benefit if we question our beauty? Like if we question our outer beauty, if we're always trying to fix ourselves, who does that benefit? Does that benefit us at all? If we're always questioning our beauty, does that benefit us or does it benefit others? Does it benefit the ones that are trying to sell us other products? Does it benefit ones that like us just a little less sure of ourselves? Where we're a little bit more I don't know why the words are not coming out. Malleable, out of my mouth today. Malleable. You know what I mean. We're pliable. Like, it makes you a little bit more push aroundable if you're unsure of yourself, because you're like, I don't know. I don't have the right nose. I don't have the right, the eyelashes over there on that person are better than mine. The hair on that person over there is definitely better than mine. But their nose, I don't know about their nose. And look at those hips. Whoo, girl. but I like those hips. I don't like my hips, but I like her hips. And so it's like, it's a constant, our attention is so focused on the outward, that we totally are not even paying attention to what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on behind the curtain, what's going on within, what's going on within, what's going on within, what's going on within. We're missing. So say, even in like, they're saying about relationships too, we have to be careful with this, because even in relationships, this is so going different places than I thought it would. I had no idea what this is going to look like, but this is totally different. But this point that they're bringing up right now is so interesting, because they're saying, just think about it as this, like, if you are dating, or you were dating, or you're going into some sort of relationship, whether it's a love relationship or even a friendship. If you are so focused on the outside, what the outside of that person looks like, ooh, sexy, 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 look at those eyelashes, look at that hair, look at that whatever, and you're like, oh, he likes me, she likes me, looky, she likes me, she approves of me, and but look, because, and you are so overly like excited about it, and so like intertwined with it, like you're so focused on how good they look, and that because they look that good is, and you're like taken because they like you, even though they like, there's a gnat, sorry, so got it, Florida water, so that you totally miss what's going on underneath. So you're so focused on their looks and what that does to your genitalia, that you totally miss that they are totally playing mind games with you. That's all they care about is your looks. They think you're cute. You think they're smashing. But you want to know all of that, right? They're just here for the day. You're here for the lifetime. And so we miss that because we're so focused on the exterior. We miss that, but if we were to just stop focusing on the exterior and start focusing on the interior, what is his energy telling me? What is his what are his eyes telling me? What is his what is his body language telling me? Is he committed? Paying attention, just paying attention deeper than the exterior. If we were to do that, we would just it would change so much for so many people. If we were to learn to look past the exterior, to glance at the exterior, and just as you would an egg, you glance at it to make sure it's not, there's not whatever poopy on there or whatever, and maybe you need to wash it off, but mainly you're diving in. But so if we were to do that with the other people, and really just pay attention to who they are instead of what they look like, that could change so much for so many, right? It could change so much. And then also, and then what are we doing? Then how do we mirror that within ourselves? If we're starting to pay attention so much to other people and who they are, the actions they take, the words they speak, who they are as a human being, how they treat other people, how do they treat the servers, how do they tip, how do they how do they say, or do they have good manners? Who are they as a person instead of what they look like? How they I don't know, even how they just all the things, how they are as a person, as a human being, but also what's their spirit like? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Then isn't it then also true that we will start paying attention more to who we are as people? Because then you're what am I portraying? am I being a good person? Am I being a good person? Am I treating servers fairly? Am I being kind and good to my partner, to my whatever? Am I being good? How am I talking? Like, so if you're paying attention to other people and how they speak to others and to themselves, then you start paying attention to yourself. How do you speak to others and to yourself and about yourself? If we start paying attention to the meat of the matter, that's what becomes important. And this whole idea of self-esteem, how do I feel about the way I look, is it kind of goes to the side. It kind of goes, we won't be, not that we shouldn't care about our human bodies, we should, but it will become a process of taking care of ourselves to the best of our ability, because we care about the whole of ourselves, not just if I look, do I look pretty enough to show up to the world? I mean, doesn't that sound like less important than who am I as who am I? Who am I? Does the meat of my matter? Does the meat of mine matter? Does it, like, am I someone that I can be proud of? Do I love her? Is she trying her best to be a good person? Is she being kind to others? Is she working on loving freely, giving and receiving love? Is she learning to be the best version of herself, to be the best example of who that could be for others? How deep does she go? Is she beyond the surface level? Is she beyond the surface level? And then, because then too, like, if you meet other people and they are so busy checking out your surface level that they're too busy to get past that, do you want to spend time with that? So then if you're like, and you start to like feel that, the deeper we go into this practice, and they're saying it's a practice. This is a practice, like a lifetime spiritual practice. They're saying don't like go into this like so much that we do and be so hard on ourselves. This is a lifetime spiritual practice of trying to see past the shell to the meat of the matter, and who we are to each other, and who you are, and like just really, and not like, okay, Anna siano tuyana oyana kiana oyana. Ayana kiana oyana siano tuyana oyana. They're saying there is the gray area here is the fine line, the fine print writing here. They're not saying to like violate somebody's energy, like go like, because some of you guys are more skilled at like penetrating people's energy and kind of checking them out. I'm not that amazing at that. I don't know how you guys do that. I think that's amazing, but I'm not that good at that. So, and I think almost because again, even other people are so like mirrors to ourselves. Like, so I know I have all these walls up maybe that I just automatically respect everybody's wall. I don't know. So, but they're saying that, okay, back it up. Some people though, and I have felt this before, like I was in a crystal shop and there was a tarot card reader there, and he was all of a sudden I just felt like, I don't know, it felt so weird and intrusive, and then like I felt like I had to like it felt like he was trying to get in my head, And it was the weirdest feeling. So like I had to like push, like energetically push him out. So they're saying like if you're good at like penetrating people's energy and like reading them, that like getting in there, and I don't even know how you guys do that, but they're saying if you're good at that, getting all up in there, don't do that. Like that's you need to be knocking on the door. Don't be going, I want to see in there, because it's intrusive, and that's rude. That's not like what they're meaning here. They're saying like read the vibes. They're not saying go like let yourself inside. They're not saying that. Anasiano too. Anasiano too. And they're just saying just like watching things shift. Watching things shift. They're like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting like how like Anasiano too. So they're showing like her like this, look at her, the first part of her name. That's me. They're talking about like this is like you shifting your reality. You're shifting your reality. You're changing things. You are going to change things within your reality by working on this. As a daily practice, like every time you catch yourself like looking at even maybe your partner or your kids or yourself, if you catch yourself going, man, my, I don't know, boobs are hanging a little lower today, or like maybe you're like, oh, they've got a new mole there, like they shifting, like seeing like how you can like almost let that thought, as soon as you catch it, they're like try and catch it, and then like see it just dissipate into the ether, just like fizzle out. They're saying if you could do that, because you remind yourself how like frail, how fragile, how delicate, how like that, like all of this is just this shell, this Easter egg shell, that it's like it can just like turn to dust. So why are we spending so much like dissecting each and every, like this is what we choose to spend our time on, and our time in is dissecting ourselves and each other, like our exteriors. And then we're like, I don't know why I have such low self-esteem. They're saying we need to practice. This is a practice. We need to practice each and every time we start to do that. Think of how like this could all like just dust. So what's the meat of the matter? What really matters here? What really matters here? Yes, love on your body is part of you. We're not saying don't love on your body. Take care of her. Have fun with her if you want to like, but the point is you're like, whenever you look at your whole, then you'll be able to look at it in this new fun way too, of like, this your skin, your hair, all of these things, they're your accessories. They are not who you are. They are your accessories. So whenever you start shifting your perspective to this is who I am, to like this is who I am, this, so instead of looking at this is who I am, to, sorry, the mirror image is getting me, this is who I am, all of that light. When we start shifting that, then all of this becomes an accessory. And we can start having fun with it. So that way, if you do love like doing your hair and your makeup and your clothes and stuff, you'll be able to do it more freely without worrying about judgment of others, because it's all an accessory. It's all an accessory. It's not the meat of the matter. So if you're wanting to wear your like blue eyeshadow and look like Mimi was amazing on the Drew show, and like if you're wanting to pull her look off, that's your look for that day. And you can start shifting looks and playing with different looks and not caring what other people are going to think, because if they're focused on what you look like, then they're focused on the exterior. They're focused on the eggshell, not the egg, the bird inside, right? They don't care about the meat of the matter. So why are you going to care about what they think, right? So you're going to be like, this is my look of the day. I want to pull off Mimi. I'm pulling off Mimi. This is my accessory. I don't care what you think because I'm more focused on the meat of the matter. And they're like saying, there's just saying, each little thread is connected to the next thread. Each little thread is connected to the next thread. We're focused on the meat of the matter. It gives us more freedom to feel better about the exterior because this is our accessory and we can play with our accessory and feel better about it because that's not the main meat of it. The main meat of it is who we are as people and as our spirits and our souls. What makes that up? Like what all makes me who I am? This is just that thin shell of what that is. This is just the dust of who I am. This is not who I am. And you can see that whenever you think about dust, how dust is human skin cells, right? So they're saying we are literally what we are spending so much time concerned about is dust. We're so worried about dust, what our dust looks like. Our dust isn't as cute as her dust. I'm not as buff as his dust. And they're like, if you look at it that way, why are we're really freaking stressing out over some dust. Have fun with your dust. But really start caring about what's underneath it all, underneath that dust. How can I make... So this is that despair card they're showing me right now. They're saying this is what this is. We're such in despair over the exterior that we're not even willing to go into the interior sometimes. Sometimes we judge so harshly on the exterior that we're not even willing to look at the interior. And how sad is that? How sad is that? And think about what if just think about if you had this if you thought somebody in the past I don't know if you had a thing for Elvis, and if he's dead, then if he came back as somebody else who in your mind is not, his dust is not cute dust as Elvis's dust was, but that's Elvis on the inside of there. You're totally going to miss him. You're going to totally miss so what did you really like about Elvis? Was it just his dust jacket, or was it the meat, or who he was as a person? Because if it was who he was as a person, then you would like him in that dust jacket as much as, good Lord, dust jacket's got a whole new meaning. But so anyway, was it the dust jacket that you liked, or was it the meat, the book, the inside, what was inside the pages? Wow, dust jackets inside the pages, their stories, all of that just got a whole new meaning, right? Okay, so it's one moment at a time that we start to learn to look past the dust jacket. If we were to all just care about what the cover of the book looked like and just never read the story, what's the point in having the book? What's the point of getting a book if you're never going to open it up, if you're never going to read the inside of it? And I'm feeling a little guilty about some books back there now. But anyway, so judgment. It's time we started looking at how we judge others compared to how we judge ourselves, and vice versa. What are we looking at? Are we looking at dust jacket, or are we looking at the story inside? We have to start. Our true growth is going to be when we can look at all of this exterior as like an accessory, like a beautiful accessory. And because the more we get to know the inside, the more beautiful the outside is going to be, because it's just going to shine. That inside is going to be shining out, and we're going to see that. We're going to be able to see the people's light shining out from them once we start looking for it. We have to look for it to be able to see it. If we don't look for it, we don't see it. We have to look for it. We have to look for it to see it. We have to look for it to see it. We have to shift our perspective each and every day. Work at it. It's a spiritual practice. This is part of your big growth. Getting out of what we were taught to do, what we were taught to judge, what we were taught to see. Like we are taught to see one way and not the other. So we have to start shifting that reality one instance at a time, one meeting of a person at a time, one look in the mirror at a time. Every time you look in the mirror, try and shift your perspective, shifting your reality. Every time you look in the mirror, just one little nugget at a time. Just keep building upon and building upon and building upon who we are and how we look at others. Who am I? How can I be a better person in this world? How can I be kinder and more loving and forgiving and I just want to be like, how can I improve the meat of my bones instead of judging my dust jacket? How can I improve my story instead of just judging my cover? And then how can I look beyond the other people's dust jackets into their story to where then, because just think about it too, like just almost like pretend like there's a book that you absolutely love, but the dust jacket, like the cover of it, the artwork, they didn't do a very good job on it. They picked horrible font, all the things, and then so they you at first you were like, you almost didn't get it because of the dust jacket. You almost didn't get it because of the cover of the book, but you heard that it was a good one, so you grabbed it and you read it and it was amazing. But now you look at the cover totally different because it's like, you know the story. The story's amazing. So the dust jacket, you're like, oh, that actually kind of fits. It's pretty good. So we have to just like, one moment at a time, we're just reshaping our reality. We can do that. One moment at a time, we can do that. We can reshape our reality. We can reshape our reality. We have the power. We have the power. We have the power to reshape our reality. Just one step at a time, one day at a time. Just keep, every time you look at yourself, how can I look at myself in a different way, from a different angle, to where I appreciate my dust jacket even more, because I realize how much the meat of me is amazing, that I'm an amazing person. And then, and I, like, the more beautiful you see who you truly are, the more beautiful you see your exterior, and then the more beautiful you see other people's exteriors, because you really truly see them. You start to really truly see them. We have to start really truly seeing people to be able to really truly see how beautiful they are, to see their light, to see their light, to see their light as our spirit guides and angels and ancestors of love and light, how they see our light. They see our light and they're like, damn, that's a fine light. That's the goal. That's the goal. Shifting our reality into going, damn, that's a fine light. Amen, and so it is. That went a totally different way than I thought. We have to start writing. It's already, the day's getting away from us. So we're going to start writing. I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, so what are we going to write? Okay, we are asking again for guidance. So with this, learning to love ourselves in this new way, learning to see ourselves in this new way, learning to see others in this new way, learning to release judgment of self and others, learning to see each other's light. We're asking for a lot. We want to shift our realities. help us to do that? Like, what message again do we and what and if there's any places and we need more clarity on, help us, guide us, love on us, all the things. Just allow it to pour through your hand, through the pen, onto the paper, not thinking about spelling, punctuation, if it sounds crazy or not. Just go with the flow and see what comes out. And you'll be amazed like how it all like, oh. So just practice it. Just practice just writing. It's another like spiritual practice where you just keep trying little nuggets at a time. All right, dive in. Amen. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I just like, this is just everything. This is everything. Like they're just saying like, and all of this is like getting down to the nuts and bolts of it is about how like it's all about love. It's all about love, like because like love is the way, the truth, the light. Love is the light. Light is like is what's and within us that we're trying to like grow, right? That we're trying to like see, and it's all about the love. It's all about love. And if we use love as our if we use love as our if we let love be our, like our soil, our fertilizer, our water, and our sun, if we let love be our guide for all things, it's going to be that we're going to see some amazing change, some amazing growth, some amazing magical things will happen in our lives if we let love be the guide. Amen. And so it is. Thank you.